include people from the engineering background. And if you are a mechanical engineer, apply, and the requirement is a bachelor's degree. All right. If you are a building engineer, you need a bachelor's degree. Environmental engineer, like myself, you need a bachelor's degree. All right. Now, as an international student, if you are looking for opportunities to migrate to Europe, precisely in Denmark, this is a video you should watch, and please do not forget, like this video and subscribe below so that YouTube can push this video to reach many more people. Thank you so much for understanding. Our goal is to reach 25,000 by the end of December. Thank you so much. This is a very rich video. If you have qualifications that are lesser than bachelor's degree, if you have a qualification like bachelor's degree or master's degree or PhD, this is a video you should watch. Now, let me reiterate again that Denmark is one of those countries that is highly looking for workers. Denmark don't have workers, and Denmark is looking for workers. So, if you are in Africa and looking for means to migrate, I would encourage you right now that you should watch this video to the end so that you understand what I'm saying and start doing the work. Start doing the work, because in January, Denmark is going to open doors for new immigrants to come into their country. There is a shortage of workers in Denmark. So the job seeker visa is what Denmark is going to rely on in the coming months to come. Hey guys, if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Milton Fonkwa. I always like to specify this. If you are watching me for the very first time, I'm equally called the Anointed Village Boy. This channel is about education and moving abroad and visas, fundings, and everything. So I am sharing this because I know there are people on this channel like myself with degrees who are looking forward to go to better countries. All right. So we are going to be talking about a way you can immigrate to Denmark. There are two ways you can immigrate to Denmark, but I'm going to be starting with the first one, which is the job seeker visa. The requirements, first of all, you need to apply for this type of visa is you need your international passport, and of course, you need a medical insurance. In most cases, it is going to come from the company that you applied for. Again, you need a copy of the employment offer given by the company. Now, how do you get the company? I want to explain this so that people don't come telling me to give them the links. Please go to links like Indeed.com or Glassdoor.com or any other website that you know that can give you a job in Denmark. Apply for jobs in Denmark. You can equally just search on Google search companies in Denmark or medical companies in Denmark or other companies in Denmark and apply for jobs. Like I said, Denmark needs a lot of workers. I got this information from someone in Norway a few days ago, and I had gotten this information from somebody, so I decided to share it here for fast people and people who can think out of the box to take it and utilize. Thank you so much for understanding. Now, remember, before you apply for this particular visa to Denmark, the job seeker visa, you need to attach a copy of your employment offer from the company, all right? And the employment offer must meet Danish standard. For example, public holidays must be on it. Secondly, your money or your salary must be paid into a Danish bank account. All right, these are the conditions that your employment offer must meet before you can apply for this job seeker visa. All right, you need to have holidays, and the salary must be at least the minimum wage. Now, how do you qualify for this particular offer or opportunity? There are two categories. All right, absolutely two categories you need to know. Now, the first category I'm going to talk about is the positive A list. The positive A list is a list of skilled professions in Denmark that are experiencing shortage of professionals to come and work in those professions. All right, I hope you understand. Now, there are of two types. All right, I will be explaining them so that you understand well. There are of two types. Guys, if you haven't liked this video, please like the video for me and subscribe below. All right, thank you so much for understanding. Now, the positive A list are of two types. They are in Danish, but I will just put them in A list 1 and A list 2. A list 1, that is not actually the name. There is a Danish name allocated to it. If I want to pronounce it, my tongue will go the other way. So let's use 1 and 2. Positive A list 1 are those jobs that are in need of workers, but You do not need a particular qualifications that is up to a bachelor's degree to come and do this job in Denmark. I hope you understand. So if you have something which is below bachelor's degree, you are qualified to apply for this job. And the next thing you need to do is to start looking for these jobs, look for companies, look for firms, and apply for these jobs, all right? Because like I told you, Denmark needs workers. Now, the other list, which is the positive A list, and I will say allocate 2 to 8, which is to name it positive A list 2, is the other group of professions that are in need of workers, but these people must have at least a bachelor's degree upwards. You either have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a PhD in order to apply for this particular group of jobs. Now, the first category which I said was positive A list 1, all right? You have jobs like jobs with construction firms, maybe farm jobs and other jobs, all right? Those are jobs. But mind you, if you do these jobs in Denmark, I want to tell you that your family may never be the same. Denmark is a country in Europe which the currency is very powerful, very, very powerful. Before, some years back, Denmark used to have this scheme where they would bring in skilled workers from Europe, but Romanians came into Denmark a lot and they stopped that particular scheme. But now it is coming back because there is shortage of people to work in these sectors. Now, the group of sectors in the positive A list 2 include, I will check my device here, all right, they include people from the engineering background. And if you are a mechanical engineer, apply, and the requirement is a bachelor's degree. All right. If you are a building engineer, you need a bachelor's degree. Environmental engineer, like myself, you need a bachelor's degree. All right. Energy engineer, you need a bachelor's degree. Electrical engineer, you need a bachelor's degree. Those in the medical fields, a medical consultant, master's, medical doctor, master's, consultant doctor, chief physician, master's, dentist, master's, all right, surgical nurse, master's, general nurse, master's, radiographer, master's, and medical laboratory technicians, bachelor's. Radiographer is bachelor's, general nurse is bachelor's, all right. So this is for the medical fields. Those in the IT department, IT architect, you need at least an IT education. All right, programmer and system developer, you need at least 3 years IT education, and IT consultant, you need at least 3 years of IT education. So this is for IT education, those who can teach. Now, for primary and lower secondary school teacher, you need at least a bachelor's degree. Then a pedagogic inspector, you need a bachelor's degree, and of course, a social pedagogic, you need a bachelor's degree. Other jobs, all right, which includes land surveyor, pharmacist, pharmacologist, auditor, you need a master's degree. Business controller, you need at least an education in a university for 3 years, all right, and a legal counselor, you need a master's degree, and so many others. So these are the group, all right. Like I said, you need bachelor's or master's or anything related to this. That is for A list 2. These are the people that need to work. Remember, if you get a working permit, or let me say a working contract in a company in Denmark, in any of these fields, you are going to be applying for a visa. And of course, when you reach Denmark, you are going to get working and residence permit at once, all right? This is no joke, guys. This is the hottest part in Europe that we need to make use of it. Now, our own work is to go in and start looking for jobs in Denmark. That is what we are going to do. I will drop 2 links for Indeed and Glasgow in the video description box. In case I find another link in the future, I will bring the video and drop it here so that all of us, of course, we can use it and make sure we use it to the maximum point, all right? Like I said, this is the first way you can migrate to Denmark in 2022. Another way you can migrate to Denmark, which is way number 2, is to apply for a university in Denmark. Of course, I have been talking about schools. Apply for a university. All you need to do is to get the visa, you migrate, and when you arrive Denmark, of course, you are going to get your student permit, all right, and of course you are going to be working 15 hours a week. So that is another advantage for you. Now, how do you go about applying for universities? You need to locate schools that are open. There are a lot of schools in Denmark, all right? The University of Copenhagen, the University of Roskilde, the University of Aalborg, there are a lot of them. So you just need to go in there, check which one is open. Right now, most of them are not open, but around January, February, some will be opening. All right, pay attention to the admissions requirement. IELTS score is very important. Very, very important, all right, guys. It is very important if you want to study in Denmark. Equally, pay attention to the application deadlines and, of course, study requirements, all right. You have to put this into consideration and note that when you apply for these universities and get admission, you have to pay at least 5,000 euros for your first tuition deposit, at least. If not, the school is going to collect all the money. But be rest assured that if you have all your tuition fee paid, most tuition fees in most Danish universities will range between 4,000 euros to around 15,000 euros. All right, it all depends on you. But most universities, if you want to check, most of the schools, they are between 5,000 to 10,000 euros. All right, so you have to check depending on your pocket, and you start the application as fast as possible. Of course, if you are applying to Denmark, remember a lot of students don't apply to such countries because of what? The tuition fee is very heavy for most families in Africa, especially to pay it. So it is a way you can use. But now, if you don't have money, you cannot fold your arms like this and you sit. All right, you have a future you have to push through to get your dreams done. So start the option, arrange your CV, then you start looking for jobs in Denmark. I hope this video is going to help somebody. I just decided to share this information so that someone can at least take it, use it wisely, so that we do not say at the end of the day. Remember, as you are applying for the jobs, make sure your CV is updated. An updated CV is going to help you a lot. I hope you get the point, all right? Enjoy the video till we meet again in another one.